Well, hello there. This is Steve Wagner. This is a tutorial on the top 15 tech applications. And this is about technology and tools. And it's mostly focused on newer agents. So if you're a seasoned veteran, yeah, you might find this stuff a little too elementary, a little too obvious. But I think it'll help you anyway. But I did give you fair warning that this is the most basic stuff. And this is for newer agents, trying to give them guidance on what they need to be focusing on in terms of technology. So our company's ongoing mission objective is to provide the industry's most cutting edge technology tools. And we want to do it free of charge or discounted. We're always trying to find a way to make things as easy as possible. I'm going to talk about that's generally not a reality, no matter what anyone says, but we take every step we can to make it easier, and we choose applications that are as easy as they can be. So we're trying to show the way, showing paths towards success and mastery. Now, as I've said, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I just created a new page, a tech page, and a lot of the PowerPoints don't reflect this. So I'll say up front that all the stuff that was on the resources has been moved to the tech section. So I've got a lot of tech information and pages, specialty pages, explaining technological applications there. There's becoming so many, it was drowning out my resources page. This whole video is on, and you can't see it's a little covered up, but on the top 15 applications for newer agents. So if you click on that hyperlink there, you're going to get this page. Again, you go to tech, you go to tech guide, click on that link, and then now we've got an entire list of the 15 tech applications you need to be focusing on, and they're hyperlinked, so you can get additional information about by hyperlinking on it. I've also created a PDF format, a checklist type format. You're supposed to kind of go through and check. It doesn't give you the benefit of the hyperlinks, even though because it's on the theoretically on a piece of paper, but you can cross-reference between the website list and the PDF printed list and go through and check these. I want you to check them when you feel like you've got all your accounts and you feel like you have a good command over these things and you are using them. Don't check them until you do. We're not dealing with a live class. There's no chat there. So I do want you to get a pad of paper. And just because we have a checklist, there on the right, doesn't mean you don't need to take a lot of notes. The other thing to understand is when you're doing technology, don't just try to watch it, the video from beginning to end. It won't help you that much. You have to actually pause it after each one of the 15 and then go do something related to what we said in this video, in this tutorial. And then you'll have to do that, on each of the 15. And you might have to watch this video multiple times to get what we call mastery. So, so this whole objective of this class is to go over what I think are the top 15 things realtors need to be honing in on. Why are they impactful to your career? What's the cost? And how do I acquire them? How do I sign up? How do I get memberships? And then how do I learn? Because again, the objective is to have mastery. So technology changes rapidly. I can't say this enough. It's a really difficult course to teach because as soon as I teach it, the next day something changes and it bothers me because I've got the old information on there. And it even happened today. I'll explain in a second that things have even changed as I'm trying to teach this class. Things can actually just change overnight. And, but the main thing here is we're trying to always have the most accurate information, whether it's just wrong information or it's changed. That doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. And so we can't warrant everything here, but we really think we do a good job here. And again, as I said, even as I'm trying to do this video here, I've added a tech column and I've moved almost all the tech stuff from the resources to that tech button, which creates a button menu that scrolls down. To understand that. So that's happened, and some of these slides will indicate that some of the stuff you can find at resource. I'll try to make you aware of that each time that I've actually moved it to the tech tab. But that's just another example of how things change rapidly. Now, just since 1999, when we started this company, technology was on the mind. We felt like we were pioneers in technology. We were the first company to apply 360-degree photography to all our listings. iPix kind of started that with real estate back in 1998, 99. I was one of the first I was actually the first photographer in the state of Georgia using iPix technology. And so that's kind of where our name came from. So don't underestimate how important technology is to our company. We think it's a tool. We think the name helps you. Hey, what's it? When you talk to sellers or buyers, hey, what's this virtual property stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because the company, when they founded themselves 20 years ago, they founded themselves on advanced technology and always leveraging advanced technology for the benefit of their clients. And that's what I'm here to do today. And as long as we're together, I'm going to be using this company's technology. Now, it's up for you guys. Since we talk all this talk, y'all have to walk the walk. And that's why we're doing this training here. So the 4 T's, there's actually more than 4 T's, but 4 of them, the 4 T's are technology, trends, tools, techniques, there's training, there's tenacity, but those are the main 4 that we're talking about that relate to this course we're going over here. Of course, I'll never forget, our company was also founded on principles of helping other people. You don't build a business, you build people. If you build the people, the business, well, that takes care of itself. And you can have everything you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. That's what we're trying to do with all this technology. Now, I have to say, everyone has to be somewhat of a technology. It's now part of your job description. It's no longer optional. Like the dinosaurs, funny little cartoon there, them kind of arguing with each other, saying, hey, you need to keep up with technology. Now it's just a passing fad. Well, you don't want to be like the dinosaurs and select it out, because that's what will happen. So today's consumers, they expect you to keep up with the times. They expect you to be commanding the top tools, or they'll go to somebody else. And these are leveraging tools. We talk about in our success videos that you have to be using leverage. And if you don't, or if you're not using technology as a leveraging tool, you're in extreme disadvantage. Now, one of my favorite movies of all time is The Matrix. It kind of makes it where one of our tech tools is Matrix. I always call it The Matrix, but it's not The Matrix. But in the movie The Matrix, if you remember, Neo there, who's laying there, they just put a computer chip, a memory chip, into the back of his head, and suddenly he knows what it would take you maybe 2 decades to become a kung fu master. Suddenly he is a kung fu master. So we don't have the technology of putting this class or that class in a chip and infusing in the back of your head, and instantly you have the information. You have to put forth the effort, and you have to put forth the sacrifice. And we're in the 80-20, I think it's a 90-10 rule. 10 or 20% of the people are going to do what it takes, and the other 10 or 20 are going to sit around in little pity parties. They're going to gather together saying, this is too complicated, this shouldn't be, and that's not the way success is, folks. You have to put yourself in the top 10 to 20%. This is an opportunity, if you can look at it that way and not join the pity party group. So you should say, all right, this is awesome. Most people aren't going to do this. And so this gives me a chance to separate myself, differentiate myself from the pack. That's what I want you to look at. If you start pity partying this thing, well, you're not looking at it the right way. You're not looking at it the way a true champion is going to. So there really is no magic wand. Everybody talks about intuitiveness. Yes, you want tech applications that are intuitive. Some of my competitors are overusing that. It's like bait. I wouldn't fall for it. We're doing everything in our power to make it as easy as we possibly can. But just think about this. The more complicated of technology that you can master, well, that's how you differentiate yourself. And I even put the definition there, to recognize or ascertain what makes something or someone different, or I even say special. Make or become different in the process of growth and development. That's what we're talking about, is you differentiating yourself. It takes tens of hours on some of these applications to do. Some of them are not. Some of them are pretty easy, but some of them may even take 50 to 100 hours. So Jim Rohn always says successful people don't do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Now, that's basically the definition of a successful person. They're willing to do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Because if you were better, then you are differentiating yourself. It's an opportunity, folks. All right, let's get to the top countdown. Enough of this motivation stuff here. Number 1, okay? I want you to go to our virtualpropertiesrealty.com, the VPR.realtor. And we got all these domains here. And all of them point to the same website. But we want you to work on your company roster entry, which will then expand to your company profile. I call your company roster entry your online business card. I call your company profile your online brochure. It is the launching pad of your personal branding campaign. It's the reputation of our company, and believe it or not, it's the reputation of you. It's part of it. It's not all of it, but so here's what we do. If you go to our company, find an agent, well, we have statistics that show people are checking you out. Don't think that a majority are not. They are coming to check you out and see if you have a picture, see what you look like, and see how professional you are on your company website. And my competitors are checking us out. I do not want to look unprofessional. So we have taken great links to kind of correct this to make sure we weren't. Let me show you how it works. So if you go to find an agent and pretend like you're a customer, well, they're going to try to find you. They're going to type in your name. It kind of defaults by assuming people are looking for the last name first. But so I type in Steve. Well, you see Steven, Stevenson, and so the last names came first. But then all the Steves are there as well. I see me, Steve Wagner, there. So they type in and they pick the appropriate person. By default, by the way, we have the people that are really doing a good job and may put forth some effort on their roster entries to come up first. So when you do finally found Steve Wagner, you've got, you show the languages that you have, your email, 2 phone numbers, usually a business and a cell phone. And then there's a primary website. I have my free sync lead gen platform, or you can say website, but it's really a platform, not a website. Then you can see where that arrow is. Look how many I've got. All these are branding pages about me. I don't brand myself, but I did this to show what a good agent's going to do. A Facebook, a business page, a Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, your Zillow profile, free Zillow profile. You got to do that. Trulia, Realtor.com. I'm highly recommend that you fill out your Realtor and maximize your Realtor.com profile. Your WordPress, which can be free, and it can be a multi-page blog branding page. House. Then you have a little bio of yourself. That's kind of the way it is. We want you to Mac Daddy this thing out, maximize it. So we'll do it for you. So this is a thing to remember. We will do it for you if you click that button right there. That button may move around the front of VPR Central. That's the front of VPR Central. We will move it around. I can't promise it's going to be there all the time, but look, you can see what it looks like. If you fill out that button, we will do all the work on your roster entry and profile. So please do that. Or if you want to do it yourself, you'll have to scroll down that very important, please scroll. There's a section on the front page of VPR Central where we post real important information. That's our most important information. Well, that was posted November 18th. And it's going to stay right now it's about 6 articles down. But we have a video telling you how you don't even need to fill out that button. You could just do it all yourself. That's recommended because your information changes. You get a better picture. You want to post it. We want you to be empowered to do that. So once you get your account, all you got to do is go to agent login. And if you watch that video, you'll be able to, it's real simple. You just go down and fill in the information it asks for. And voila, you've got a great profile. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Oh, let's get over some few things here. So it's just why is that impactful? Because it's a launching pad of your branding campaign. It also helps us stay professional. There is no cost to it. It's one of the thing I really honed in on the most and was adamant about when we got our new website was that we had the best profile and roster situation in the industry. And I think we hit a home run with that, but it requires you to help us with that. How do I acquire the tools? Watch the enclosed video or just fill out that button. We showed you that. And that's how you learn to do it. It's not really a lot to learn on that. It's just something to do. All right, let's move to number 2. Number 2 is VPR Central. That probably should be number 1. There's the front page. That's kind of like a newspaper. We call it the front page of VPR Central. This is where we keep you up to date. This is where we train you. This is all that stuff. And for you, it allows you to network with 3,400 real estate professionals in the area. It should be like one of your number 1 selling tools when working with sellers, even with buyers. So don't underestimate the power of that. There's our deal making page that we have there. There's 4 choices that you could deal make. There's our learning platform. We're working on this, folks. We're going to be adding more and more classes. We're kind of adding more of just these quick tutorials that we can show you and less on really training. But in the future, we're going to be able to get free CE credit online and don't have to worry about these classes. Now we do post events, classes. We even have countdown clocks. They're in chronological order. So keep that in mind if you want to know what's going on in the classes we have there as well. But you know, it's too hard these days to try to match what you're wanting to learn with dates that a company can offer. You know, we're doing 500 classes. It always seems like if we did 1,000, it wouldn't be enough because people want to learn it when they want to learn it. And we have to do it in somewhat of a schedule. So I would tell people moving forward to take advantage of all the training things we have, like this video on VPR Central. So I'll just tell you, we have I'm going to blow through this real quickly. We have another entire video explaining these things in way more detail. But, we have a front page of the newspaper. If nothing else, just come check out the front page every once in a while so you can stay informed of what's going on in our company, in the industry, etc. If you want to learn more about virtual properties and more about this platform, we have tutorials on, if you scroll down. See, each one of these is a scroll down of more buttons. So if you click about, the first one's going to be about this platform, whole page, you learn everything you need to know about this platform. But then the rest of the page is on learning more about virtual properties. If you just really want to get more update on the industry and what's going on in the company, anything you need to know, we have that in updates. If you're trying to connect with our 3,400 real estate agents, then we have a lot of different ways to connect and a lot of different topics you connect on there as well. If you're needing support, well, this is where you find it right there. The very first page down is our support page. We have the best support in the industry. You just got to kind of follow our high-tech way of doing it, our most advanced way of providing the fastest and the best support. We already talked about how we're going to have classes there, and you just learn there. Tech is the newest one. I mentioned that before. It's brand new. Everything pertaining to tech apps has been moved from resources, which is the last one we'll go to. It's now under the tech tab. No matter what this video says, just remember all your tech, your specialty tech pages are going to be on the tech tab there. Law and risk, as you know, we're very litigious, very highly regulated industry. So you want to really be up to date on safety, law, risk, compliance, things like that. That's all covered in that tab there as you scroll down on that. We're opening up divisions like our iBuyer division, like our lease purchase division, electric homes division, commercial land division. We create a lot of divisions to help agents make more money, but they require more training, more coordination, and we do it all through VPR Central there. Now, as you know, we have 16 offices. You might say 17 if you want to count Savannah, and all of them are different. The way to access them are different. The tools they have are different. So we want you to be, this is our way of, if you scroll down there, it will list every single office that we have, and you'll have all that information there as well. And then resources is kind of the kitchen sink, anything that we think is important to you, like documents and files, or like marketing resources, like how do you get signs, how do you make your business cards, and all types of marketing. We've got everything there at the resources. That's why you can see why this is so important. And we have probably 50% of our agents even hardly ever come here, or they have not been here, which is remarkable. I mean, do you really want to succeed or not? So I'm going to slide in, coming soon, this is coming up, a guide section. So I'm going to take some of the heat off support and learn, and we'll have guides to all the things that you really, 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 really need to know. And my goal is for no agent to ever say, I don't get good support. Never say I don't get any guidance, because we have a guide on every really thing that's important. We'll have advanced learning, so forth. You see where we're going with this. You see how important it is. So that is number 2. Check it out. If you go to About, and there's a whole About This Platform page, and there are many, many videos on every one of those buttons on the top. There's a video for them. So just understand that. So it's free, and I think I've pretty much said why it's important. I think it's pretty obvious. Let's move to number 3. Number 3 is our transaction management platform, SkySlope. Okay, so all these transactions and all these even offers and binding agreements, closed transactions, listings. This is the platform that we store them, and where you interact with the office interacts with you, because as you know, as a company, as a broker, we are required to be reviewing all these documents. So this is how we check off that we have reviewed them. This is how you check off that you have turned them in, because you also have laws that require you to turn them in. We have laws that require us that we have to look at them, review them, and let you know if there's anything wrong with them. This is what makes it all happen. So it's vital that you use this and master it. And there's ways you can service your client as you get more advanced features in this thing. It's to be a professional agent, it's a necessity. So it does all these things, and it just makes us a more professional company, you a more professional agent. We have a page now. It's not in. It says in our resource. As I said before, we've created a brand new tech tab. All the tech applications. We're making informational pages there, so you can understand what they are, if there's a cost, how do I sign up, and how do I learn about these things. So it's under the tech tab. We have a whole page. Check it out. But rest assured that SkySlope, one of the reasons why we chose them, we found that they had the best training in the industry and best support. I mean, you can see their emails, they're guaranteeing 20 minutes or less. A chat response, 10 seconds or less. Phone pickup, they'll pick it up on the second ring. I mean, these people are serious about supporting and training. But you see a lot of agents don't take their responsibility. They're always blaming somebody, and they always just do a copy. No, you haven't really even tried. So they've got great tutorial. All you just click that thing that says, I'm an agent. You're going to get all this very organized, very sequential tutorials on how to master SkySlope. There's the first one, master SkySlope in 15 minutes. As you know, you can always get deeper and deeper and learn more and more. They have so many great tools. You really need to leverage it. They even came up with this thing of artificial intelligence called Sky that makes it so easy for you to find out what you're looking for. So it is free, and it's necessary for you and the company to be professional and to be compliant. Let's move to number 4. Number 4 is you'll have to have your contracts application, because I'm assuming you get in business and you want to write a contract as quickly as possible. Your contract is the tool by which we do what we got in the business to do, is to bring buyers and sellers together. We bring them together with a contract. Well, we need a good technology application that makes it easy for us to bring these forms up, the necessary forms, and fill them out and get the signatures and all that stuff. We usually use FMLS. Some of our agents don't use that. There's several options. The majority of our agents, just so you know, is FMLS, because every single virtual properties agent is a member of FMLS, and they have a really, really, really good platform. Even if you don't use FMLS for searches, you might want to use them for creating contracts. So, they have been using RDocs within FMLS. They kind of integrate with another program, RDocs. Remind is the new shiny object, the one I think everyone's going to be going to, unless something unforeseeable happens. I think everything's gone from RDocs to Remind. So I want to make you aware that RDocs is still there. Probably the majority of agents are still using RDocs, but I see the future. Remind just launched their contracts management platform. It is free, and we've got tutorials. If you search VPR Central, you can perform a search there, and you'll find it. So MLS has Transaction Desk, and so that's it. You got to be picking your contracts app, and you got to be mastering it. All right, let's move to number 5. Well, this is simple. We just want you to cross-reference Georgia Realty School. We want you to go check that place out from time to time. Check out the calendar there, because we're trying to maintain 2 separate calendars. So Georgia Realty School is for all of real estate, all companies, all agents. VPR Central is behind a wall, and that's just informing us, those events sections, just informing virtual properties agents on just our stuff. So by compliance, we have to have a separate site that's non-branded and everything like that. And that's what we have with Georgia Realty School. I'm just asking you to cross-reference the 2. Okay, that's basically it. And how do I find this site? Well, you can just type in georgiarealtyschool.com and hit calendar, or you can go to the front of Virtual Properties Realty and hit education. And as you see, there's the calendar button there as well. So that was a pretty easy one. We just updated all this stuff, and it's easy now for you to scroll through all our classes and sign up for the classes, because you want to sign up for them, because some of our classes sell out pretty quickly. So it is free, and it just helps keep you up to date on all the events and all the classes. We want you to be we want the most educated agents in the industry. Let's move on to number 6. That's your 24-hour access. Now, I got the OpenPath logo sitting there, and I don't want you to get too focused on OpenPath because we only have like 3 or 4 offices that are using OpenPath. Our main corporate office, the busiest office, is we use OpenPath there. But what I'm recommending you do is you go to VPR Central, click the Offices tab. We have every single office that we have. We have a page for every one of them. You scroll down, you click on those, pertaining offices there. You can get all the information that you need. What is contained in the offices, conference rooms, number of computers, and how do you get into the office, and you'll have pictures of it, and maps and locations, address. But yeah, again, so this is where you find out what type of access you have after hours. Okay, again, OpenPath is a piece of technology that's real easy to download, and we recommend that you do it. It can even be on your smartwatch. It can be on your smartphone, either Android or iPhone. And through using Bluetooth technology, all you have to do is be next to the door, and it will unlock for you. It'll lock as soon as you get in. It's nice and safe. But we have, as you can see there, it's not, if you want to go to technology, we have an entire page on OpenPath, how you download the app, how it works. It's actually very simple, and everything you need to know there. It's not under resources. It is under that new tech button, so please do that. Forget that it's under resources, but we do have an OpenPath info page. It is free, and it's very valuable in getting in the corporate office and other offices. I do think the plan is down the road we will have every office on OpenPath, but it's kind of expensive right now. And some of it's difficult to kind of connect the technology on some of the offices, the way they're structured. All right, let's move to number 7. Number 7 probably should have been number 3. FMLS. FMLS is our main part. Every real estate agent, virtual properties, is an FMLS member. I have another page that you'll find on VPR Central, the top 11 applications. This is a biggie here. You go in, you log in. And if you log in and you go to products or training, you're going to see all the different applications that FMLS integrates in with them. Matrix, not the Matrix, Matrix. That's the search for all the properties in Metro Atlanta area, at least the people that are members of FMLS. And RDocs, that's the contracts. Cloud Suite, that's the CMA application. Remind. It does a lot of interesting features. We have a whole page on that as well, but now they're taking over contracts as well. HomeSnap is a mobile app for you and for the clients. Really cool tool. Virtual Properties has branded and upgraded that for all our agents. Supra, oh wow, that's a biggie right there at the bottom. You see down there, Supra. That's where you get your lockbox key and your e-key. Realist is the tax record thing, and showing time. We'll be talking more about that more in a second. But just understand, you'll need to spend, and this is tens upon tens upon tens. It's probably 100 hours. And learning these, if you're going to leverage all of them, it'll probably take you 100 hours combined with all these things. They're all important. So we do have an extra page at virtual property, VPRcentral.com, an entire guide to all the FMLS applications, trying to help you out there. It's basically free, but just understand you do pay 0.0012% of the sales price of the applicable properties. Now, if it's out of the region, you're not required to put those in there. You're not required to pay the 0.0012% in a lot of cases. But that's how they make their money. And that's why it is free technically. So we're moving to number 8, Supra products. Well, Supra, the first thing I think about is the e-key, and the second thing I think about is the lockbox. The e-key is how you get into doors, by accessing the key at the lockbox. The lockbox is one of the first things we do when we get a listing. We put up a lockbox and we put up a sign, and the lockbox has the key in it. So these are two really advanced technologies. Lockbox is about $100 each. I totally did not do the most recent pricing on the e-key. It's a monthly thing. It's on your. They no longer give you a piece of hardware. You download an app on your smartphone, and typically it's distributed from your MLS, your primary MLS. Sometimes it could be a board, but that's who distributes it. And so again, I already mentioned the pricing. The lockbox is about $100 each, and you'll have to get the current pricing for the e-key. Not very expensive, especially it's a great value for what it does for us. If contracts aren't our main tool, it's probably the e-keys our main tool as a real estate agent. All right, moving to number 9. We want to move with we want to get up with the latest trends and times. And the latest trends and times are moving away from paper, and that includes keeping up with checks. And there's no reason to keep up with a check. Now, bank shot, you do get a check, take a picture of the check, and you can file that away and eventually destroy it. But you don't have to turn in the paper. You don't have to turn in that paper check. You don't have to worry about getting it lost, because if you take a picture of it, stays on your phone, the paper can get lost. No big deal. So this makes us never have to come in the office if we use all like our Sky Slope, and we use the technologies of creating contracts FMLS and using remote money transfer options like BankShot and Earnest. I keep talking more about BankShot because BankShot's only $3 an application. It's going to cost you more than that in gas to drive to the office, especially if you factor the time. I hope you're worth more than that. And so it's pretty simple. We have an entire page devoted to it on VPR Central under that tech tab, and just go in and learn it, and you'll be grateful. We do have some buttons right there on the front page that even make it easy, since they're such important tools. We have it all right there for you. So that's it. It's no longer research. Go to the tech page, and we've said it's $3 per transfer. I think it's like $15 plus or minus for Earnest. That's why we're going more towards BankShot. Now we're on to number 10. Your secondary MLS, which is typically GAMLS. But it doesn't have to be GAMLS. It could be Athens board, or it could be even like a LoopNet if you're a commercial person. But all of us generally have at least 2 MLSs, sometimes 3 or 4. So you need to get to know your secondary MLSs. I should probably put MLSs, plural, on there. All right. Again, you can go to GAMLS, and we'll have a GAMLS page at our tech menu button there as well. So just so you know, GAMLS is $20 per month, and that's included in the $50 a month that you pay Virtual Properties. Okay. And then if you're in .net and .biz, you don't have access to MLS. Oh, actually, .net you do. .biz you don't have MLS. Okay, and that's why you don't pay a $50 a month if you're with .biz, but you don't get GAMLS. GAMLS has a lot of cool tools, and I do recommend you spend some time here, and that's what this is all about as well. All right, moving to number 11. I can't believe this is number 11. We're talking about your CRM. Let's start with the CRM, but more than a CRM, nowadays they have what they call smart CRMs, and these are actually business management platforms, lead generation platforms, lead nurturing platforms. They really do so much stuff, and they are complicated pieces of technology. And so everybody wants this kind of stuff, but they don't want the complication that goes with it. We have the 2 best in the industry, Sync and KV Core. Okay, the KV Core is $15 a month. Sync is free. KV Core gives our agents some additional options. Some of them are paid, some of them are not. Most of them are paid options. So those are options that you can, that you can't do even if you want to pay for it with Sync, like easy leads. You can get as many leads with Sync as you could ever want, but you have to be a little bit of a techie. You have to put forth some effort and so forth. KV Core gives you an option. You can just give them a little bit of money and the leads will flow in without you even thinking about it. And they give you a lot of other options like a branding IDX website to go with the lead gen website you get with them as well. So we have specialty tutorials on both KV Core and Sync. So please try to watch those tutorials, and that's on VPR Central on our technology tab as well. But you need to be incorporating these things. They are moving forward. They're going to be a difference maker and determine whether people succeed or not. A lot of people just call them CRMs. They're more than CRMs. They manage your entire business. They give you unlimited buyer and or seller leads. Sync, it's easy. KV Core has an effortless option. That's one of the reasons why people might spend the $15 for KV Core as opposed to the free version. They give you an IDX lead gen site or portal and additional lead gen tools. Both of them have 3 mobile apps. Again, Sync is free, KV Core is $15 a month. And it just kind of helps you with today's way of combining old school with new school. In the old days, we didn't have Area 1, that first one right there. We went straight to this one, and that's creating leads. But now the soil, as I would call it, is the Sync and the KV Core and these platforms, these CRMs, but these are more than CRMs, they're platforms. So then you once you have these, you put as many names and numbers in there. These platforms have automation, call them like drip campaigns, almost like sprinkler system. Your leads are going to grow, they're going to expand and become better. They're going to be nurtured without you doing anything. Of course, fertilizer represents you doing certain things that you're trained to do. Make the timely calls, which it will actually tell you which calls, who to call, when to call. And if you do all that stuff and use these platforms, it's integral in creating this beautiful career, which looks like that farm there. And then once you grow that farm, then you harvest, and then you make the money at a close. That's what these platforms basically do. So just understand this change is inevitable in life. You can either resist it, potentially get run over by it, or you can choose to cooperate with it, adapt to it, learn how to benefit from it. When you embrace change, you will begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. Some people feel victimized because the complexity of these tools, or they just don't like to change. No, it's opportunity. You've got to think of it that way. So just reviewing price, Sync off the street, an individual, $1,000 a month, team, $1,500 a month. We're giving you something very similar to that individual, probably like 4 or 5 things missing from it. And it's free. We're paying for it. It's not free. It's not free to us. It's free to you. And so we can't upgrade you to a team with that. We can't give you what we call effortless leads. You are limited on how you can customize things there. You don't get a dialer, those types of things. All those things can be overcome with the KV Core platform. They're not included for free, but you can pick and choose a lot of stuff. They have a marketplace section, KV Core, that you can a la carte, like 15, 20 different items. Our agents really like to have those options that they can try and think about using or not use. And so that's the benefit of the $15 a month. That's why we have 2 Sync and KV Core direct competitors. And then you can upgrade to a team platform for only $3.99 a month. So both of these are great deals. And if you are going to use this thing and you can afford $15 a month, I do recommend upgrading to a KV Core platform. So again, that's it. We've got not on the resources, but on the tech tab, we have tutorials for both. We have pages for both of these with many tutorials, many videos, and we'll see. We can probably look at it a little bit more. If you go to, again, not resources, tech, you'll see the 2 pages, and there's screenshots of both of those pages. I don't know if you see that where the yellow is, but that's where you click to register for both of those. Now, I want you to become educated and watch the videos. Don't get them without getting the training first, because so many people will call us complaining about this, and if they would have watched the videos, they would have known that that's the way it was going to be or not going to be. Or they just become, so yeah, here's where you sign up and actually request your account, okay? Again, it's not resources. It is on the newly added tech tab there. So let's move to number 12, trying to move along here. You need to have a showing management application. Well, FMLS has about the best one, and it's called Showing Time. That's the one most of us use, and we're asking you to leverage Showing Time. I've not made the page yet, but I'm going to make an entire page on this on VPR Central that'll help you learn more about using this stuff. But really, honestly, I don't even know why I would, because they've got the best tutorial right inside FMLS. So it's for buyer agents to coordinate their buyer showings. It's for listing agents to know what's going on with their showings. And that's how listing agent, buyer's agents communicate and set appointments and provide feedback information. and listing agents can provide data to their sellers. Just learn more about it. I'm just trying to make you aware that this is something that's very important. It's free, and you go to support, you go log in FMLS, you see there what support, and if you hit that, then there's that showing time button right under there. It's kind of that purple button there. Click on that, and they'll give you, right there, showing time. They'll give you a knowledge base, a tutorial, and it starts off from what is showing time? How do you access it? How do you download the app? Setting and showing preferences. And it's all this stuff you need. So you have all the training there at FMLS. But this is a very important tool. A brand new agent appreciates me letting them know this is a key tool. And it's free. We're now to number 13. Okay. That lucky 13 is our tax records app. But this is important for us because every time you get a listing, I recommend you go to Realist, which is a part of FMLS. Realist, part of FMLS. Okay. You go to Realist and you print up as much information about your listing as possible. If you got a buyer who's buying a property, you do the same thing because you want to have all that ready, handy information in a file. And I'm talking about plats. I'm talking about just a sheet that gives all the information about the property, square footage, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, a lot of just helpful information. Now, I have GSCCCA below that. That's a subscription that's free to you, but not free to virtual properties. It's a subscription that we're paying for that helps you obtain a good legal description, because sometimes we can't get that through any other means, not even through Realist. So then we need to go to GSCCCA, and that's the Georgia Superior Courts Cooperative, forgetting one of the C's, authority. And it's a syndicate of all the courthouses in the state of Georgia that joined this software program. And then you can get a lot of stuff, even like lien information, and you can always get a really good copy of the warranty deed and the legal description there. So now at number 14, agent marketing. Probably the best deal of anything I'm aware of out there. Virtual Properties has a price of $11 a month. The street cost is $59 a month. We are subsidizing that to buy it down for you at $11 a month. If you look in the yellow up there in the left hand, upper left corner, the single property website, that's probably the number one reason agents pull the trigger for the $11 a month on that. It's unlimited. I don't know if it's unlimited, but they said that websites included is 10. Okay, so you can do 10. Most people don't have more than 10 websites at any given time, so you can have as many as 10. You can get more, spend a little bit more money and increase that. But so you get you make a website for every listing that you get, a single property website just about that listing. Okay, it's usually the URL has to do with the address of the property, and that's where you'll store all the pertinent information. Let me see if I can go here real quick and I can show you. Like right there, I'll have the details, photo gallery, virtual tours. That is a kind of one of the examples of what a single property website will look like. Maps, what's nearby, payment information, you have school information, demographics, brochures. So that's one of the cool things is you can it'll create auto brochures that you can print out. And a lot of our agents are using this as the brochure they use for their property. The other good thing about it is the sellers can print them out if need be. The buyers can print them out if need be. So that's the number one thing, single property website. But they have other, there's a whole list of things. This is not the only list. This list I had to cut off to fit the screen there. It would scroll down double this many. So there's a lot of cool features. I love the other thing I highlighted there, the listing presentation flip show. It takes a PowerPoint to the next level and makes it really professional, really cool. It makes it's like a little digital magazine, and every time you slide to flip the page, the next page, it makes a little magazine sound. Really cool stuff. If you get in there, just a lot to do with marketing your properties and marketing yourself. If you're working with a seller, if you're going on a listing presentation, I should say, you sell heavily, that you have a marketing platform called Agent Marketing that's going to really do a great job with all of these things. And you show them all the features that you have here. And this is what I'm going to do to market your property. Your marketing plan's right there. I mean, I'd add a few more things, but it's about 80% done with this. And so that's why at $11 a month, this is going to get you listings. It's definitely worth it. And it's going to help you with the presentation and so forth. So it has property marketing features, personal marketing, branding yourself, features, and lead generation aspects to it. So a great tool to have, auto flyers. And then they have a feature as well. I think if I remember the upgrade price, if you want a branding, write this down, branding IDX website, which I don't recommend you get to for a while, but a lot of people are obsessed with this thing. They think that's the #1 thing out of the gates. Got to get myself a branding IDX website. Well, then this is an option for you. We've got many options. I got a whole tutorial on this, by the way. But I just let you know, this is one of the options. Just for $12 extra a month, you can get a really high-end and easy to launch and maintain IDX branding website. Again, watch my second 15, and then I even watch the entire tutorial I'll have just on website options. It's something to think about, but I will let you know as I'm going over agent marketing, that's one of the things they've got. So I can go on and on and on about all the features it has. Like I said, it's one of the best deals around for 11 bucks a month. You can't beat it. If you're serious about real estate, you'll jump all over that. They have plenty of training. They've got Agent Marketing University, and they have a really great beginner's guide, but then they just keep getting more and more guys. Now we're at the last one here. Hard to make this one short, folks, and I can't believe I've saved this one for last. You got to have a top-notch CMA BPO platform. If you are a realtor, to me, the answer is clear. You use Realtor RPR. This thing should cost you $200 a month, but it's a free application if you're a realtor. If you're not a realtor, it might be the reason why you switch over to becoming a realtor. There's plenty of other reasons than that, but that alone it's far superior to Cloud CMA, and Cloud CMA is far superior to Matrix. FMLS has Cloud CMA. Matrix has, is the most basic CMA they have inside the FMLS search program, the Matrix. Just Matrix, not the Matrix. GAMLS has one. Every other MLS has theirs, but RPR is the best. So I want to kind of focus more on RPR. Whatever you got to do, the number 15 is you got to pick yours and master your CMA and BPO. CMA stands for Comparative Market Analysis. BPO stands for a broker's or an agent's price opinion. Okay, this is kind of what it looks like as well. It works on your desktop, it works on your iPad, it works on your phone. You can present with all these things. Some of the prettiest brochures. And if you like, a lot of agents I found, newer agents really need shiny objects when they're doing listing presentations or even working with buyers. So these are reports. There's too many reports to list here that you can do with RPR, but they are very good looking. They're very professional, and they will give you that extra edge. If you start to combine it, with the paper, with the digital, you really look like you are an ace, highly professional agent there. And so they have great, this is one of the strengths, honestly, is their tutorials. They do both PDF guides, and they really done a great job making it efficient and easy for you to read a 1 or 2 page guide on how to use all these applications they have, sub applications of that application, or they have videos on every single one of them, and they make them very short and precise and to the point. So they have a great learning section. I'll probably have an info page on it. Don't know why I would, because they do such a great job of laying it out and making it easy. But hey, that's it. We're done. So I strongly recommend that you watch the FMLS application deep dive. I strongly recommend that you do the VPR Central deep dive. What was the other deep dive that I had? There's a couple other deep dives tutorials that I mentioned as well. We're going to have them on there. Then also now go to the second recommended ones, because I'm going to tell you that there's at least 5 on there that you got to be doing. You have to be doing. But I had to break this in 2 chunks. So good luck with this. That's all, folks. I appreciate you for watching this video.